you're my buddy, and I'm just talking to my buddy. Hola world, it is Monday, and I just got back from Maddie's slow flow class at BYN, and it's the perfect remedy for a physically exhausting weekend, which is kind of the exact opposite of the class I started the weekend with, which was Stacy's Strong Detox Saturday morning, and it quite possibly was the most brutal ass-kicking thus far. Not to say that I'm complaining, because I love it, but man, the first 5 minutes I didn't love it. It took me a second to really appreciate it. It was also my first opportunity to break in my new Lululemon mat, and a hell of a test, and it handled like a champion. Buckets of sweat, honestly, just pouring onto the mat, and I really didn't lose grip. It did a great job. I was impressed, which kind of forced me to deal with some of my more judgy opinions from episode 4 on Thursday. In skateboarding, I got an offer to ride for Billabong really early on as an amateur, and they offered to pay me, which as an amateur, especially struggling though I was very tantalizing. But I've always been someone who really tried to cling to my values, especially over money, which is a hard thing to do when you're broke. And Billabong, the reason I didn't want to ride for them is because they were, in my mind at the time, they were outside of my passion. You know, they represented someone that didn't really love it the way that I loved it. You know, that they were just there for the money, you know? And it took me a while. And I talked to them and realized that the other people that were riding for them, you know, what they were trying to build was something that would support skateboarding. And so I did. I wound up riding for them. And in the end, I loved it. They were probably one of my best sponsors throughout the whole. They stuck by me through the whole thing and really supported me as an athlete. And I am so thankful for them. Thank you, Billabong. You come around to things eventually, you know. And I like my Lululemon mat, and I am very happy to have it. I didn't get to use it the rest of Saturday. We went to I went to the park with Maddie, and we played on this big picnic table. I mean, it was a giant. It was like the picnic table from, you know, a medieval feast. It was huge. And so we actually played on top of it. Did some cartwheels, and she did some ballet. I did some cheerleading, and almost got lost in the day, really. I had also planned on going to my friend Sam's yoga class, and I enjoyed that class as well, but I was exhausted by the time I got there. And so even easier poses were very challenging. I was happy to spend the rest of the evening hanging out with friends. That was a birthday party.
Let me get one of those.
That I went to, and then I, of course, went and sang karaoke. Jesus Christ, what a bug. That's a mirror. It's not the way out. I was going to set him free. Lord have mercy. Apologies for being distracted. The bug got me like a cat. Very, very similar to a cat I am. If you come back here one more time, they won't go into the darkness. See, it's dark over there, and that's the freedom. That's where freedom lies, is through the darkness. He keeps coming over here where he sees light, and just banging his head against the light. I took it easier on Sunday, but still wanted a little bit more time on my mat. I talked to Maddie in Samantha's class. She had brought up the way I do certain poses, and like just trying to work me through a better way to do them. And as it turns out, I just have a curve in my back. My low back is a trouble spot for me. So I spent some time in the bedroom, you know, to try and see what it feels like, and then see what it looks like, so that when I don't have the mirrors, I can be more aware of how my body is positioned. Then I went to a flow jam, and it was cool. I didn't have a lot of energy for slacklining, but a little energy for teaching. And a bunch of kids came up that were there for a youth group or something, and were asking Nicole about what she was doing, how to slackline. And so she starts showing them, and it was awesome to watch someone that I had taught to slackline then teach someone else. I mean, I learned it from my brother, and so just to see this tradition of learning handed down was awesome. It was a great way to end the weekend. And so as I take that reward to bed with me, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Taco Tuesday in the Treehouse, our flow jam. Bye!